Democrats and Republicans are still playing the blame game, but can they get it together? Can they get something done? Let's ask. In an exclusive interview, Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison. Do you think we're going to have a deal, Senator?
Cheryl, I do. I think we will come up with some approach that doesn't raid our Social Security fund with these tax cuts. We need to pay for them so that the Social Security fund is held intact.
Well, I'm going to ask you about, because you've got a proposal with regards to Social Security, and I'm going to ask you about that, Senator. But let me ask you about what happened yesterday with negotiations between Republicans and Democrats. In particular, there was a GOP proposal that was shot down on the House side. Basically, they want to freeze federal worker pay and then also increase the Medicare premiums for those that make a certain income level. I think it's $80,000 a year. Medicare has been one of the key issues for you over the last 10 years. What do you think went wrong there?
Well, I think that we are trying to come up with alternatives to raising taxes on our middle-class taxpayers. We want the payroll tax to go through, reduction to go through, but we don't want to raise taxes on people who are hiring and creating jobs. And that's all that we are getting right now from the Democrats. So some of the Republicans put together a plan that would freeze federal salaries, which I think is reasonable. I think we would all welcome a freeze in salaries. Certainly we haven't taken a pay increase ourselves in several years, and nor should we think anyone else in the civilian workforce should. Obviously our military are separate from that. But I think that was a good proposal going forward, and now we're back to square one, I think.
I think you might be. Okay, let's talk about your proposal. You think that in particular Social Security, that is where the address needs to come, and you say that you've got a plan that would actually extend the retirement age, but it wouldn't increase taxes. How's that work, Senator?
Well, it's so important, Cheryl, that we do something that won't increase taxes that people are already paying in, the payroll taxes. We do not want to increase those. And we think extending the age at which Social Security kicks in is only reasonable since our lifespans and our healthy lifespans have increased since Social Security was put in place. So mine would be gradual. If someone's 58 years old or older, they wouldn't be affected at all. But after that, every year, we would extend the age at which you could retire and get Social Security by 3 months. So it's 3 months every year, and by the year 2027, we would be to age 69.
You know, it's interesting because on Monday, the Dallas Morning News said that they basically called your plan reasonable, a reasonable request to deal with one of the largest burdens this country has, and that is Social Security and the entitlement of Social Security. But you also have some other ideas that are very interesting. You want to eliminate the death tax, lower capital gains. I mean, all of these would be income friendly for investors and for Americans, frankly, overall. But you've had a lot of pushback on those issues from the Democrats. Why do you think that is, Senator?
Well, I don't know why the Democrats think you can tax the economic engine of America, which is the people who are creating jobs. Our job number one should be creating jobs. So putting taxes and the Obama health care system and more regulations, which is what this administration is doing, are antithetical to that. We can't just keep burdening business and expect them to hire people. So I don't know why the Democrats don't understand that, but I believe if we can get our economy jump-started, we will increase revenue, but it will be because people are working, and that's the way we should try to increase revenue.
Let me ask you this. Another issue that is close to your heart and has been for years is the nation's military, servicemen and women. 40,000 came home at the end of the month of December, and jobs have been a big concern for many of these veterans, frankly, because there aren't many jobs out there. What do we need to do for our military to get them back to work, Senator?
Cheryl, that is just a great question. It is just so sad that these people who've given up so much, especially the Guard and Reserve, who are coming back, their jobs aren't there, people who are actually being able to leave the military after they've served their time. I just think it is so sad that we're not focusing on creating jobs so that they will be there and giving them some preferences. For instance, the Keystone pipeline. That would have created hundreds of thousands of jobs immediately. We could have given veteran preferences for those jobs, and it would have been a win for everyone. And yet the president said, no, we can't do it for reasons that just don't hold water, because all the environmental protections have been put in place for the building of that pipeline.
We will be following your legislation and your proposals in Washington. Senator Kay Bailey Hutchison from Texas. Thank you, Senator.
Hey, thank you, Cheryl.